But this is about your life. You gotta keep your eyes open to what's going on around you. And it hasn't happened here yet. Far as, what does that mean? It hasn't happened here. Not yet. I haven't even planned it yet. Like, I didn't pick a spot yet. Like, what do you mean it hasn't happened yet? When are you planning to do this thing? Holmes is planning to snatch someone, apparently. He said it's gonna happen. He said, I promise you, it's gonna happen. Y'all need to be ready. I haven't done it yet, but it's coming. That's what you said. That's what you said, Andrew. Music. Heyo, it's your girl J9 Eve. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and get in the comments. Let me know what you think about all this, okay? And jump into the comments. Let's run up the comment section. You know what I mean? Let's have some conversation. Helps mama with the algorithm. So as we know, Holmes lost his sweet Tiffany, his boss of all bosses. Now, because he wants his paycheck, he gotta show up for work. And of course, he's gonna be real quiet, cause he's all alone. This is back before we found out all the stuff about Fenia Dukes and what he did in Vegas, okay? Holmes likes to think of himself as a crime man. Like, he likes to fight crime and point out crime. Like the time he told on his brother and made himself look good. So Andrew Holmes brags about being so about the law that he even turned in his own brother for being a porch pirate, stealing boxes. What you stealing boxes for, trying to build a clubhouse? That's from Friday if you missed it. This is what he props himself up on. So we're gonna listen to him. He's gonna lecture us about safety, calling the police, and making reports when someone does something they have no business doing. Which is pretty ironic, Andrew. I can't imagine what it looks like in his head right now. He's been exposed and now he's all alone, but still gotta show up for 2 more years before re-election. Also to the residents, thank you so much for calling in with info about all kinds of violence. You called the 1-800 number, gave that info, stayed anonymous. I passed that info on to the chief. Like he's telling on these people. Y'all ratted out your homeboys, but anonymously though. So when they get arrested, they'll probably know it was you because of what I just said. Just saying. I want to say thanks to all you anonymous folks who called 911. I don't have to prove it because it was anonymous. So, yeah, that's basically what you're saying. I don't even know what the point is. Thanks for calling 911, y'all. I hope you called because something was happening, not just to say hello. Why don't people like calling 911 over there? A lot of this info is helpful as cases move forward, but one thing I want you to do, always call 911 first. If you want, call the 1-800 number after you call 911 and give them the info. Then contact us and pass that info along. We'll forward it to the chief. Thanks for using that 1-800 number, and thanks for calling 911. Honestly, it doesn't really make any sense, Holmes. Just letting you know. Doesn't make any sense. I want you to call this the number that I gave you. If something happens. But of course, call 911 first. So first you call 911 and tell them everything. Then when you're done with them, you just call me for no real reason, and I'll pass the info on to the chief. Now, I would hope that when I call 911 in this tiny-ass town, the info I gave them actually gets to the chief. Is the chief totally disconnected from the police? Does he not know anything? Is he not getting any info? Why do I need to call 911, tell them everything, then call you and ask you to tell the chief what I just said? That's what he does. Just talks to talk. And he uses that old-ass sepia tone voice like tune. He talks with that old sepia tone voice. Back in my day, something like that would happen and you'd make sure to call the police because it's your crime out there. Like, Holmes? What the? I don't care how old you are, that's not how you do it. You don't all of a sudden just start talking like that. It's like, once you hit a certain age, you suddenly start doing that. Like this. And this is a shout out to the country folk, okay? What is that? Oh my gosh. He definitely sounds like he's from a specific time frame. A very specific time frame. All right. A few cases we've had out here in Dalton. And as usual, doing the detective work, they find out that some of these people, as usual, don't even stay here. Some of them bring the drama here. Some of them have residents who live here, but at the same time, we have to deal with it and make sure it's safe out here. You do have officers patrolling the streets. You have a community that's been calling in with whatever they see. But at the same time, some of these people, even some residents, are involved in criminal activity. Some that may be living here, some of y'all, not us, y'all. Some of y'all are doing stuff that's not so legal. You know what I mean? Like, you need to know better than to do stuff like when somebody passes out around you, maybe take advantage of that situation and then call your police friend to brag about what you just did. Some of y'all need to stop that. This man, it's always the ones who talk the most about something that are actually the problem. Like politicians who make a big fuss about gay stuff but end up being that themselves, sneaky down low type, you know? It's always the one who screams the loudest who's doing the thing. Like him. He likes to face himself as Mr. Crime Fighter, like, oh, I would never do anything wrong. But then, allegedly, this old raggedy-ass dude has a young girl pass out near him, and this is what he does. Oh my God. And here he is talking about crime, telling y'all to call 911, especially if you see me coming. Right, Holmes. Is that what you meant? When they see you coming, call the police? Okay. They might not know, but we still gotta protect our valuable kids and seniors here in D. You gotta protect the valuable kids and seniors. You mean like the high school seniors? What? What do you mean? What are the school... What are, young seniors? What's a young senior? I mean, people come in and say, oh, this is happening here. We're not concerned about that right now. We're concerned about what's happening here in Dalton, what we gotta do at home base. We know crime is everywhere. Crime surrounds us. Crime is here and crime is there. But as a block club, as a block, as a citizen who pays taxes, you have the right to call with that information. Like I say over and over again, abandoned cars, people standing outside, you gotta protect yourself and stay safe. Carjacking is still on the rise. Don't let nobody fool you and tell you it's not. It's still rising. All they need is one chance. When you go into your vehicle, please look around. Look at these cars, and I say it over and over again, the ones just sitting out there. Some people I see are still sitting in their cars, still on their phones. Look at Brown. Look at Brown. She's looking at me like, what the hell? Are you talking about? Look inside a car. So if I see an abandoned car, am I supposed to walk up and stick my nose to the window to see what's going on inside? Is that what I should do? And if they roll the window down, should I ask them what they're doing? Should I lean in? Should I just grab handcuffs and put them on myself? I'm just saying, what are you telling these people to do? Watch out? If you see a car, make sure you look inside and see who's in there. Am I avoiding them or what? It's the specific scenarios that confuse me. He's gonna admit some of this stuff isn't even happening there. Well, you're texting, I get it, your car, your phone, but it's about your life. You gotta keep your eyes open to your surroundings. And it hasn't happened here just yet. Far as, person, what does that mean? It hasn't happened here yet. You know, I haven't planned it yet. Like, I didn't pick a place yet. Like, what do you mean it hasn't happened just yet? When, are you planning to do this thing? Holmes is planning to snatch someone, apparently. He said it's gonna happen. He said, I promise you it's gonna happen. Y'all need to be prepared. I haven't done it yet, but it's coming. That's what you said. That's what you said, Andrew. You're like, it hasn't happened yet. You know, we gotta make sure we stay away from the sewer drains because if you get too close, Pennywise could come out, snatch your arm off, and as you crawl away, he'll reach out his long, creepy arm and drag you under. You know, it hasn't happened just yet, but it could. And you need to be ready for that. Like, no. What you should have. Been warning people about, Holmes, is you going to Vegas with some weirdos, then going out for drinks with your old ass and then having a girl fall asleep near you. That's what you should have warned about. Had you done that, she might not have ended up in that position. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Snatching happens when people go inside stores, but in some surrounding areas I see where this is happening. People going into stores, cars riding by real slow, your purse or bag hanging, they snatch it and keep going. Oh my God. Do you know where that's happening? You know where that's happening? That's like an African swipe thing, where they ride around on scooters. Or even in Mexico, under the border, they ride scooters around places. Those people, that's where that's happening. This happens where they snatch a purse and keep right on going. That's who's doing this thing he's talking about. That's not like a here thing. That's not really a here thing, okay? That happens in the movies, in America. Now, in other places, it happens constantly. They snatch your phone and, yeah, It's terrible. Drag you whether you know it or not. Please. Oh my God. They drag you. So, they're gonna grab your purse, drag you, and you won't even notice you're being dragged somehow. I don't know. Explain that one. Look at the news and get the information about this, because when you're going into these stores, Food for Less, Walgreens everywhere, you have to turn around and look at those cars driving by slow, because they'll reach out that window, snatch your bags, your arm, your head, drag you, and all they want is that purse. For what? Be safe. Stay alert. Please, stay alert. Yeah, he said. Look, when I come by and I grab that purse, just let go. 'Cause otherwise you're gonna end up getting dragged and it won't be worth it. So when I drive by and snatch that purse, just let go. Let it go. Can't hold on anymore. Oh my God, Chief Collins, are you listening to Andrew? He's over here telling us exactly what crimes he's gonna commit. He's here warning us and stuff. I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate it. Chief, look at me when I'm talking. To you. I don't appreciate it. This man, under the guise of, I'm here to protect you guys, I'm just so worried about all of you. Good, though. I'm gonna hand this over to Chief Collins, who's doing a wonderful job with his team, to update you all on where we're at because, as of last year, with our cases and homicides, I know a lot of these homicide cases have been solved. Well, a lot of murder cases, not solved. Well, some of them may have been, I'll let the chief let you know that. 'Cause, yeah, you don't know. Just say that. It's the pretending to have any kind of insight on anything and then giving a 20-minute lecture about something you don't know anything about. That's the part for me. I'm gonna hand this over to the person whose job it actually is to do the thing I'm talking about. I'm gonna hand it over to him because, I don't know what I'm talking about. He's like the most useless person. Holmes is literally useless. He's only there based on the whole thing that he made himself kind of locally famous for turning in his own brother. Like, he would do weird stuff like pretending to sleep on the street with homeless people. No, it only takes a minute to lay down in one of those spots, have somebody take some video and pictures, then get up and go home to your warm bed, hopefully not bringing bed bugs with you from that little stunt you pulled. Then there was him turning in his own brother, ratting him out. The porch pirate who stole packages from people's houses. And Andrew told on his brother, and then he's been running on that ever since, like, I have to be super honest. You can tell how honest I am because I told on my own brother just because it was the right thing to do. That was the story he told. You didn't admit it yourself. Still haven't to this day. So no, you were willing to tell on your brother, but you're not willing to tell on yourself. And that makes you that's what that makes. That makes you that's what that makes you. Okay? You're willing to rat your brother out in the name of justice, but when you get caught up, you don't say nothing. That just makes you a rat. You're just a rat. Like Holmes, you're just a rat. You're not humble or a good stand-up citizen. No, you're just a rat. You probably always used to tell on your brother. You probably blamed your brother for stuff you did when you were kids. If I had to guess, that's who you always were. If I could talk to your brother, I bet that's what he'd tell me. Yeah, he was always a rat. Always. He would blame me for stuff. He would blame me for... Okay, that's what I think your brother would say, Holmes. All right, you're gonna keep coming to these meetings and show up with that same old energy? You couldn't stand to listen to the trustees because they were so wrong and you couldn't abide by what they were saying. It was because it just wasn't the right thing. You said, I can't sit by and da. And now here you are, voting yes and okay to everything they say. Did you change your opinion? Or were you just going along to get along? Hoping maybe to cop a feel on Tiffany or something? I don't know what that was. Okay, how much ass can one kiss in 4 years? Ask Andrew. He can tell you. Tiffany definitely needs to be aware that Holmes is a risk. Holmes is a risk. We know he's known for snitching because he snitched on his own brother just for clout. For nothing. Not for money. For clout. He told on his own brother for piracy. So if he'd do that for sure, he'd definitely turn on Tiffany. Probably. Just for a little bit more clout, to be honest with you. Like, he doesn't seem like a man who really wants a lot, you know what I'm saying? Look at his shirt. He doesn't seem like the type who wants a lot. A little bit of clout seems like it makes him happy, you know what I mean? So if anybody's gonna turn completely on her and hide it from her, not let her know that he's doing it, it would be Holmes. Holmes can't be trusted. Period. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Holmes can't be trusted at all. Y'all, behave. So, I'm not gonna do it. Absolutely not. Just know my mama loves you. Yes, she does. Peace.